And we are back. The African Diaspora International Film Festival is a not-for-profit organization that's devoted to showcasing global films, exploring the diverse experiences of people of color. They seek to inspire and challenge stereotypes and promote cultural diversity and social awareness. ADIF believes in the unifying power of film to foster empathy, understanding, and positive change. Joining us now and sharing more, we got giving us insight is the 2023 African Diaspora International Film Festival's coordinator and co-curator. We've got Lerato Bokako, and then we've also got the director of the film through our lens. We've got Shiko Njoroge, and we thank you both for joining us. Did I say that right?
You got
Yes,
it.
you
Perfect.
did. Thank you.
I got to start off good, with y'all, because if not, I'm going to hear about it. So thank you so much for being with us. And I guess I'll start off a little bit with Lerato. When we talk about this film festival, it's got to be very special to be able to have it, and at the same time, showcasing a lot of great talent.
Yes. So, yes, we are very excited to be presenting the 31st edition of the festival this year from November 24 to December 10 around New York City. We have 80 films that we'll be screening this year from 33 different countries. So it's a lot to see and a lot of talented filmmakers who will be present and screening their films.
Yeah, Shiko, you're one of them, and you got through our lens. And for people who may not be so familiar, walk us through about your film.
Yeah, so I'm an emerging filmmaker and I'm continually being inspired and looking to learn from those who have come before me and paved the way for me and others to do this type of work. And so the project actually ended up becoming a love letter to other filmmakers and other Black photographers. And we were particularly interested in how images have brought truth to power by capturing the Black experience. If you come to mind, pictures like Martin Luther King Jr. marching on Washington, or Malcolm X peering behind the curtains with a rifle in his hand, worried about assassins that could be nearby. And another photograph that comes to mind is through the bravery and courage of his mother, the horrifying image of Emmett Till's body after his murder, which brought a lot of awareness to ignorant Americans who were oblivious to the atrocities that were happening to Black folk right nearby, and actually became the catalyst to start the civil rights movement. And so we were really interested in how images have shown the Black experience through thick and thin, through our resilience, and have been a way to magnify that this fight for our liberation and for our freedom is legitimate, and it's something that is continually ongoing.
Yeah. And I think either one of you can answer, but I think we're seeing an emergence. We've already seen it prior to, but we're seeing an emergence more of social justice in filmmaking. And from your perspective, why do you think? Do you think it's the times that we're living in right now that causes us to say, listen, we need to pay more attention to this, and we need to bring this to the stage even more?
I think showing people's stories helps to connect with people, and you have more empathy for somebody if you are more familiar with their story as opposed to just having a blank face on an entire group of people. So I think it's a very important tool for connection for people as well as to foster empathy.
Yeah, and if I could add to that, I think through the process of our work, of the archival research, of finding photographs through history that showcase the Black experience, we found that we could only go so far back before every photo that was capturing the Black experience, for example, during the Civil Rights Movement, was credited by white photographers, and it wasn't so long ago. And so through making the film, we were reminded that it's still a very radical thing for Black people to be behind the camera, capturing our stories for other Black people.
Yeah, very important. And another thing I wanted to discuss really was topic is mental health in film, because we're seeing more and more films now gravitate to talking about that. But I know in this film festival, attention is being paid there too.
Yes, so for example, a film like Elephant, which shows a woman who's grappling with mental health after seeing the news of a Black man who's been killed at her doorstep. and she's grappling with how she's processing this information, and she's feeling agoraphobic and she's self-isolating, and we see a woman trying to overcome this. And it's really important to see it from the perspective of the filmmaker who's going through it herself, from the perspective of a woman, from the perspective of a Black woman. Yeah, I think it is a really great tool to show, and to show something like mental health and how people can overcome it, how they go through it.
Yeah. Shiko, for yourself, being a filmmaker right now and having the ability to have people look at the screen and be able to take away your heart and your vision, what is the takeaway that you're wanting people to have when it comes to your film and then also your work?
Yeah, I would say that I think I'm so honored to be a part of this year's program of the African Diaspora International Film Festival. And more than that, I'm actually looking forward to the event, to be surrounded by other, like so much talent and excellence of people who, filmmakers and artists who are similarly making stories that show the expansiveness and the diversity within the Black community and as a Black collective. And so I think the main takeaway with this with the films that are being showcased in this film festival in general is just how diverse and expansive it truly is to be Black in America, to be Black, in, across the world, like to be a part of the African diaspora. And particularly for this film, we're looking to show that this fight is ever going, the liberation for our rights and our freedoms, and to be seen as individuals and humans. Throughout the film, we use we use all photographs that are captured by Black photographers, and we also interspice throughout the film archival footage taken by my partner Timothy Richardson during a George Floyd protest. And so having that as a connective tissue in the film shows that this fight that is happening currently, that happened in 2020, that's happening in 2023, that was ongoing, that started in the 1960s, 1940s, ever since, throughout history, that this is one continuous march towards our freedoms and our liberations. And yeah, I'm excited for people to see how they can also be activists in their own rights through documentation, through capturing art, through expressing art, and through consuming art.
Yeah. Lerato, your take on the evolution of African cinema as we see it continue to emerge, and we're seeing now, more and more people attending. Your thoughts?
Yeah, so it's really exciting to see so many young African and emerging African filmmakers really take center stage. I'm really excited, in particular, in this festival. We have a program that I co-curated called the Spotlight on South Africa program, Past and Present. And there we show South Africa during apartheid era, the pre-1994 era, and we show the expressions of filmmakers in the country at the time and commenting on the socio-political climate of the country at the time. And then we move over from the mid-90s to present-day South Africa, and we see what filmmakers are saying now about the state of the country, some of the consequences of an apartheid South Africa, what that looks like now for young people, and how we got here. So a program like that is very exciting to me, and we'll be having two filmmakers from the program, Bev Ditsi, who directed Simon and I, which is a documentary about two activists, so Bev herself as well as Simon Nguli, who worked to get LGBTQ rights in the new South African Bill of Rights, as well as Angus Gibson, who directed Back of the Moon, which is a romantic drama about a young man who refuses to leave his home the night before that the police were scheduled to forcibly remove the residents of Sophiatown. And he meets a young lady named Eve, a young singer, who is also able to leave the country the following day. So we'll have those two filmmakers talking about their experience working as filmmakers in South Africa during apartheid South Africa, and as well as present day South Africa. And we said the evolution of the film industry in South Africa through these films.
Yeah. So Shiko, for people who want to catch your work, I mean, obviously the film festival is one place, but in addition to that, where else?
Yeah, I'm on the social media as Shiko Ever After. Please check me out there. And one work that I'm actually very inspired by what was just said because I'm a Kenyan American and currently working on a documentary that showcases disability advocacy in Kenya and bringing more awareness to that through athletes who are deaf and hard of hearing. And so that's an upcoming project that I'm looking forward to sharing.
Well, I want you to know that we're looking forward to seeing it and continued success on the work that you're doing, Shiko. And then, Lerato, thank you for what you're doing to really spread the word and really give artists a platform. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. And I just wanted to say that tickets are on sale on nyadiff.org
Yeah.
for the screenings.
Kind of stole my thunder, but I'll tell them again.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Listen, if you want more information, do that. Visit the website at nyadiff.org, and then you can get those tickets and see Lerato and Shiko and the rest of the crew. All right, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Open coming up right after this.